Music has a funny way of shaping your life. And for me, the guitar wasn't just an instrument, it was a lifeline, a compass, and sometimes the very thing that broke my heart. And this is my story of how I picked up a guitar, chased my dream, and got close enough to touch it. And then I walked away. It's about passion and choices and what happens when the music doesn't take you in life where you wanted it. Thank you for joining me. My name is Chris, and this is my story. Before I learned to play guitar, I had written my first song. It was a tribute to my brother who had passed away in 1995. I was in the 7th grade, and we had a writing assignment that we would turn in to the county, and it was based off of grade, I believe. But I turned in my poem and song, and lo and behold, I won for my grade. The grand prize was a Hanson cassette tape. And I guess that's where it all began. But I didn't pick up the guitar to play and write until I was in the 8th grade, 1999-2000 school year. My father had this guitar that his father bought in Memphis, and it was the Alvarez Dreadnought. That guitar to this day sounds better than any guitar that I own, including my Taylor and Fenders. I never really wanted to be anybody musician-wise growing up. I just wanted to be like my dad. As every child has somebody that they want to grow up to be like, and he was it. And I was no different. I wanted to be like him and play guitar. And going through high school, I started learning more and more when it came to writing and playing. I even would play along to songs out of a book that was the 80s and 90s ballads that my dad had the lyrics on the page and the chords above the lyrics. And I guess that's what started shaping me into the songwriter that I became, being that I only write love songs, happy or sad. I always write love songs. And in high school is where I met Bryant. We hit it off and chit-chatted about music, and he'd come over and we would play music, and he introduced me to the emo scene. And the band that I based my sound off of, Dashboard Confessional. I was never, will never be as good as they are. And I will never claim to be as good as they are. And although I have electric guitars, I have amps, I have pedals, because of them, I strictly record an acoustic. And I like to base my sound off of their earlier records. Years down the road, when MySpace was big, I'd put a lot of my original music on that platform. I was contacted via email by a well-known emo label. They asked if I wanted to put a song on one of their multi-artist albums. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I was excited or scared. But I was definitely confused as to why anybody would want my music on their CD. I thought long and hard about it. Spoke with family and friends. Then I turned it down. I just never accepted that offer to do that. And to this day, I wonder what life would be if I would have accepted that. Would I be rich and famous? No. Would I be a one-hit emo wonder? Probably not. But we'll never know, because I never took that leap of faith. And I remember thinking, oh, these other bands that are on here, they don't have a label. And they got a lot of followers. And they spoke about being independent, and they don't need a label, and sellouts, only sellouts go to labels. And they talked about it and talked about it and talked about it. And I guess even though nobody knew me or my music, I was just going to keep it indie. And that's what I did. I kept it indie and never went anywhere with it. And after all of that, after my middle school journey, my high school journey, my time on MySpace, after all of that, I kept writing. I kept playing. But something had changed. Every rejection felt heavier. Every silent response to my new music louder. And eventually I had to face the truth. I was never going to make it in this industry. I still would play in church band and with the praise group for the youth. I even had the opportunity to go to Florida and play some of my original songs at a church camp out there. I was able to record with an up-and-coming country music singer. Her dad had a studio, a professional studio, and I was in awe. I got to go into a professional studio in a booth and record music. It wasn't for me. I wish it was. But it wasn't for me, but I still had that opportunity to go and to record music. And I'm still writing today. I still enjoy expressing my feelings through music. I feel it's easier that way. I can get out what I need to get out. And no one even has to hear it. But I'm able to express myself every day with music. Now for the reason I'm starting this channel. I truly believe that one day, one of my songs will be recorded by someone else. I honestly believe that. And as long as I believe that I have hope, and hope is all I need to keep going. Now your journey isn't over, and neither is mine. Let's just keep turning the pages together, one note, one day, and a song at a time. Thank you for joining me on my journey. And if you like this video, please like and share with your friends. Again, thank you.